Graham, welcome back to FrightFest. It's been a while. You glad to be back?
It has been way too long. I'm so happy to be here. This has been the light at the end of my COVID tunnel, was to be able to get back here to my horror home. I love it here so much. It's great to be back.
And not one but two films.
Yep, 2 films this year. Always a pleasure to have more than one here, and I have been. It just feels extra welcoming and warm and fuzzy from the FrightFest family. You know, when they get to see more work that I'm just very proud of.
And they couldn't be more different from one another. Can you talk a little bit about the roles that you play in Scare Package 2 and then The Leech?
Sure, yeah. Scare Package 2 is well, both these movies are comedies, but obviously The Leech leans more heavily into the horror as the world sort of devolves into chaos. So Scare Package 2, it's a straight up comedy the whole way through. I definitely get to play a pretty broad comedy in that, which is a muscle that I don't often get to stretch, which was something that I was really excited about doing. I love Dwight in Scare Package 2. He's this sort of lovable idiot that kind of stumbles through the whole movie and then ends up having something really horrible happen to him, which is also hilarious. But yeah, I really love Dwight, and then with The Leech, getting to play Father David. Here you have someone that's absolutely devout at the beginning of the film, and then he struggles so greatly with his faith and with his convictions throughout. By the end of it, he's almost a completely different character. So getting to play that kind of range and that kind of an arc was really exciting for me, and I hope that audiences have responded to it.
I think for somebody that sort of knows you, the opening, Father David seems quite close to Graham. He's there helping, to take the elderly, to go and brush our snow and things, and then it becomes a very dark and disturbing Graham that I never want to meet. Is that fun to sort of embrace the darker side?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, I in the same way as I don't often get to play, strictly comedic roles, I don't often get to play like villains. And while Father David's not a villain, it definitely does get to reach into that darker stuff, which is always really fun to try to delve into and try to wrap your head around as an actor. So to get to stretch myself in that way was really super rewarding for me.
And there's also a physical stretch, because there is a portion of the film where your character's vision is impaired. I was just wondering what that was like to film.
My vision was impaired, like with the bandages and stuff. Yeah, it's funny. I lean very heavily on my eyes as an actor. I have big expressive eyes, and that's always a tool that I found very helpful when I'm acting. And so when they essentially removed those, it became a challenge, and a really fun challenge to try to get my head around. I watched movies like Darkman. Obviously there's the iconic image in Threads, which I think is this is sort of reminiscent of. But I tried to figure out these characters in other films that don't have much use of their eyes and stuff. How do they express themselves when given essentially what is a mask? And so that was fun. It was like digging way back into my old acting school stuff with mask work and just figuring out how do I make that work in an effective way.
And final question, what are you bringing to FrightFest in 2023?
Hopefully all sorts of things. I don't know. I'm working on getting another film made that I'm going to direct. So fingers crossed for that. I've been in a few projects that I know are in post right now. So who knows? And if anybody's out there listening, I'm always available. Yeah.
We'll go back and enjoy FrightFest.
Thank you so much.